Jai Hind children, welcome again in your Maths Live class. Today we will start a new chapter. Earlier we have completed linear equation in two variable, and in that we have covered some questions related with that along with some word problems. Now the next chapter is your ratio and proportion. This is chapter number 8 from your book. In ratio and proportion, first we will go through the definition of ratio, what is proportion, what are different forms, properties. Then I will pick some questions related to ratio and proportion. And after that only, children, we will move ahead with the exercise. So let's start with the chapter. Let's see what the chapter. Okay, I have prepared it for you. Let's see this. It's chapter number 8, ratio and proportion. I think, is it visible to you? Now, what is ratio? A ratio of two quantities of the same kind and in the same unit is the fraction that one quantity is of the other. This is the definition, children. And what does it mean? It means that if you will take any two quantities of same kind, if you will take two quantities of same kind, means for example, if you are taking meter, one value in meter and another value also in meter, same quantities with the same kind, okay, distance we are taking in meter and meter with the same unit, then the fraction of those quantity is called as ratio. Okay, for example, if you will take 2 meter by 7 meter, 2 meter by 7 meter, then what will be the answer? The answer, the ratio form will be 2 by 7. It is also read as 2:7. Let's see through the next slide. Okay. What it shows? See. A is to B. This is the terms of ratio. A is to B. Where A is called the first term. Also it is called as antecedent. What is called? Antecedent. And the B, A by B, here B is called as the second term, or also it is called as consequent. What it called, children? Consequent. Now I think A by B is clear to you. This is also read it as A is to B. A is to B, where A and B are the terms of ratio. A is called the first term or antecedent, B is called the second term or consequent. Clear? Am I clear to everyone? Now, after this, we will go through the property. What, beta? The property. Its property says that if you will multiply any ratio with its first term and second term, like I am taking any ratio right now having the same unit, maybe it is 5 second and is to 5 second is to one more quantity is not 10 second, let's take it as 14 seconds. Okay, so can we find the ratio of it? Yes. How? 5:14. The second and second, if you will write, this is the same quantity, so it will get cancelled out. That's why in ratio we never write the units. In ratio the numbers will be reflected in this form only. It cannot be written along with the units because it is having same unit, so it will get cancelled out. Now it is also written as 5:14. Where 5 is called as first term, that is A is to B, and A is called as antecedent and B is called the consequent. So here what is antecedent? 5. And what is consequent? 14. 5 is also called as first term and 14 is also called as second term. Am I clear? Now the property. Let's see the property, children. First, property of ratio. Property of ratio. What it shows? It shows that if you are having a ratio and it is always in simplest form, children, we have to keep it in simplest form always. That will be our final answer. Now, if it is a ratio, and if you will multiply it with any number, let's take any number. I am taking it as m. So, if I will multiply it with the same number, whatever answer will come, am, bm, the value will remain same. Okay, is it clear? How? Let's see. These two will always be equal. Let's see with an example. 3 by 7. I am having a ratio 3 by 7. 3, A is 3, B is 7 in my case. And I am going to multiply it with same number. Let's take 5. 5. I am going to multiply it with the same number. So what will happen? I will get 3 into 5, that is 15, and 7 into 5, that is 35. So 3 by 7 is always equal to 15 by 35. Okay, children? 3 by 7, that is the original ratio. When it multiply with any number in numerator and denominator, then whatever the answer we will obtain, that will always be equal to that ratio. Only it is varying with the numbers, but the resultant, the simplest form will always be equal. See how? It is already in simplest form. When you will simplify this, just solve it, children. 5 3s are 15 and 5 7s are 35. See, 3 by 7. Again 3 by 7 is coming. It means 3 by 7 is equal to 15 upon 35 when you will obtain it in simplest form. So our value will only increases, but it will remain same in the form of simplest form. Clear? And the second property, let's see the second property again. See, I have written only this much of okay. Now see, this is my first property. Now let's go for the second property. What if I will divide the same number in numerator and in denominator with my first term and with my second term? If the ratio is given and I am going to divide it with the same number, divide it with the same number, children. So whatever answer you will get, A by m, B by m, it will always be equal to the original ratio. Like for example, let's take 50 by which number should I take? No need to take 50, children. Take something else. Okay, and then we will take a number through which we can divide it. So let's take 26 divided by 40. Okay, this is the ratio. And now if you will divide it with the same number, I am dividing it with the 2. Okay, now what will be my answer? My answer will be 13 by 20. My answer is 13 by 20. What it shows? It shows that whatever the ratio is 26 by 40, it will also be equal to 13 by 20 when it will be converted into simplest form. So if you will multiply any given ratio with the same number in numerator and denominator, or if you will divide the ratio in numerator and in numerator and denominator by the same number, either you multiply, either you divide, you will, whatever the answer you will get, it will be equal to the ratio when it will be converted into simplest form. Am I clear? So this is the property of ratio. Now let's move ahead with the next topic, children. Let's see what is the next topic. The next topic is ratio in simplest form. See, in the book, I have picked the book for you. An important property shows that a ratio remains unchanged. A ratio remains unchanged if both of its terms are multiplied by the same non-zero quantity. Children, non-zero we have to add. Yes, I forget it. Because if you will multiply with 0, then result will get changed, isn't it? So you can see the first portion, a by b is equal to ma by mb. Here we have multiplied m in numerator and as well as in denominator. See the second part, a by b is our ratio and it will be equal to, if you will divide the ratio by a same number, if you divide it by m in numerator and denominator, it will always be equal to the given ratio. Okay. Now the next point is ratio in simplest form. Ratio in simplest form. Let me solve it for you. The next portion, and after that we will pick some questions. Okay. Ratio in simplest form. Ratio in simplest form. How can you obtain the simplest form? If the ratio is given, how can you achieve that result? If you are having a by b, a ratio a by b, okay, if you are having any ratio, how you can convert this in simplest form? Children, what we have to do? We have to divide both the first term and second term, that is antecedent and consequent, by the HCF of a and b. Okay, by dividing, how you will get? By dividing a and b by the HCF, highest common factor of a and b. You have to find the HCF of a and b first, and then whatever the HCF will come, divided by that number. So whatever result you will get here, you will get the ratio in simplest form. Clear? We will take the first term, we will take the second term, we will find its HCF, and then both the number will be divided by their HCF, highest common factor. Either you can find by using the method which you have learned in class 5 or in class 6, any method, division method. Find out the HCF first and then divide it. So in one go, in one step you can find it. But if you are not dividing it by HCF, so one by one you have to guess that let's divide it first by 2, then 3, and then in this way you can achieve the simplest form. But if you wanted to attain your result in one go by dividing with only one number, which number you will take? You will take the HCF of these two numbers. Okay. Now let's see the another question. Question is, express the ratio 75 and 125 in simplest form. Express the ratio 75 is to 125 in simplest form. Let's take it. I am taking the example from your book. 75 and 125. 75 is to 125. This is the ratio. How you can achieve your result? Either you can use 75 and 125. Then what you can do? This is 7 plus 5, 12. It can be divided by 3. This is 5, 6, 7, 8. It cannot be divided by 3. So we have to go for 5. So 5. So 5 ones are 5. 6, 7, 2 is left. So 5. Now here 5 2s are 10, 5 5s are. Again it is not in simplest form. So again you will divide it by 5. 5 3s are 15, 5 5s are 25. Now 3 by 5. So in 2 steps you are getting the simplest form. Or what you can do, if it will be a bigger number, then you will move in this way. No beta, it will spoil your time. And in maths you need, during the exams you need time. So if you know the methods in which you can save your time, go for it. How? We will find the HCF of 75, HCF of 75 and 125. It is 25. HCF of 75 and 125 is 25. So we will directly divide 75 and 125 by the HCF. By the HCF. See, this is my ratio, isn't it? 75 by 125. This is my ratio, 75 is to 125, and I am dividing both the first term and the second term by its HCF. What you will get? See, 25 3s are 75 and 25 5s are 125. See, in one go you can solve this question. Okay. There is another method. You have remembered that method, how to find the HCF? Let's solve. Division method. How you can find the HCF of these two numbers? 75 and 125. Okay. Now just 75 2s are how much? It will be 150. It is increasing. So we will go for one time. 75 ones are 75. 0 and 7. How much? 5. Now this 50. This 50 is, now it will divide this 75. So 75 will come here. 75 ones are, 50 ones are 50. Now how much is left? 5 and here 2. 25. And now the next one. We will keep on doing this till we will achieve the 0. Okay. So now this 50 will be divided here by the remainder. 50 will be now divided by the remainder. So 25 2s are 50. Now there is no remainder, children. So what will be our HCF? This one. 25 is now our HCF. This is the division method for finding the HCF. Clear? Now let's move ahead with the next question. We have solved the first question. Now let's move with the next question, children. See, the question is, express each of the following ratios in simplest form. This you have to find. Children, the question is, express each of the following ratio in simplest form. And I am picking the second one, children. The second example is 8 1 by 3 is to 6 1 by 4. It's mixed fraction. 8 whole 1 by 3, 8 whole 1 by 3 and 6 whole 1 by 4. Let's solve. 8 whole 1 by 3 and 6 whole 1 by 4. I think this is the question. Let me check it from your book. 8 is to 1 by 3 and 6 is to 1 by 4. Yes, it is correct. Now, first we will convert this mixed fraction into the improper. 8 3s are 24 plus 1. 8 3s are 24 plus 1. 25. Okay, children. 25 divided by 3 is to 6 4s are 24 plus 1. 25 by 4. Okay, this is the next step. After doing this, what we can solve? We can see that there is, in this ratio there are some denominators. So what will be our next task? If you will see that in ratio there are some denominator, just try to cancel it out. How we can do it? By taking LCM. LCM of 3 and 4. What is it, children? LCM of 3 and 4 is 12. Now multiplying both the given first term and second term of ratio by the LCM. So I will multiply 25 by 3 and 25 by 4 with their LCM. LCM is 12. Multiply. Just multiply. Now you can cancel out. 3 4s are 12 and here 4 3s are 12. Okay. So what is the next step? 25 4s are 100 and 25 3s are 75. This is, now it is going simpler and simpler. You can see here it is in mixed, then improper, then I have find the LCM. Why? So that we can cancel out, we can remove this denominator. Now multiplying both sides, not both sides, children, it is not the equation. Multiplying both the antecedent and the second one is, what the second is called as consequent. So by multiplying both it by 12. So you can see that now that there is no denominator now. We have achieved something. We have simplified it. Now still it is not in simplest form. And you know 175. By which number you will divide it? By its HCF. Its HCF is 25. Children, I have already shown you that how to find the HCF. So its HCF is 25. So you will divide it by 25. Divided by 25 on both sides. So 25 4 times and here 25 3 times. So the answer is 4:3. It's not looking on the board. So I am writing here. The answer is 4:3. This is now in simplest form. 100:75 is not in simplest form. So we have to convert till we will get the simplest answer. Clear? How ma'am has find that 175 we have to divide it by 25? Directly I have divided by 25. I can divide it by 5 by 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, isn't it? But why I have chosen 25? Because 25 is the highest common factor of 175. Clear? And earlier you have seen that how to find the HCF. In previous classes also you know how to find the HCF. The faster method is division method. Okay. 75, 100. Finding HCF. 75 anja 75. 25 is left. We will solve till we will achieve remainder as 0. Now this will be the divisor and 75 we will divide. Okay. 25 3 times is 75. Now you can see there is no remainder. It means your 25 will be the HCF. This is the process of finding the HCF. This is division method, children. I think it is now clear to you. Either you can use the HCF method or you can simplify it one by one. Take your time. And then in the last you may feel that where is the time? How I will complete my rest of the question? So always try to solve from those methods which will be helpful to you throughout in your life. Okay. Now next question, children. Next question. Now if you can see, the next question is saying that find the ratio of 2 meter to 24 centimeter. Children, now the different units are mentioned in the question. 2 meter and 24 centimeter. Let's see. Find the ratio of 2 meter and 24 centimeter. Children, if you will see, the units are different and we can't find the different units. We can't find the different units ratio. We have to convert the ratio in, we have to convert all the units into equal in the same unit. Okay, like if meter is here, so we need meter in on that side also, or if centimeter is there, so we need centimeter, so that then only we can find their ratio. Okay, so for this we have to convert it, isn't it? Either convert meter into centimeter or centimeter into meter. I suggest you to convert bigger units into smaller units. That will be helpful for you. It will be faster also. You know 1 meter, we know children, 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. And here what is given? 2 meter. Therefore, 2 meter will be how much? 1 meter value into 2. 1 meter value into 2. That is 200 centimeter. So now you can see that 2 meter is now converted into 200 centimeter. So instead of meter, now I will use centimeter value. I am going to erase it. This is the conversion. This is 2 meter. Just erase it, write down 2. Now 2 meter can also be written as 200 centimeter, and here it is, next one is 24 centimeter. Now how to find its ratio? Just divide 200 centimeter by 24 centimeter. This will get cancelled out because this is of same unit. And now we will simplify this. How you can simplify? Either simplify it by 2, then again 2, then again 2, till you find the simplest answer. Or you can use the HCF method. Find the HCF of 224 and then try to solve it. Come on children, I am giving you 1 minute, and let's either 1 minute or half minute, just 30 seconds. Just find out the HCF of 224. Okay, let's see this, how to find. What will be the HCF? Come on. 224. HCF is 8. What is the HCF? 8. So what we will do in the next step? What we will do children? We will divide it by 8. Divide it by 8. Now what will be the answer? Come on, simplify it. Simplify it children. I am waiting for your answer. Get it? It will be 8 when divided by 200. 200 when 200 you have to divide it by 8. You will get 25. And the denominator is easy. 25. 8 3s are. Okay. 8 3s are 24. So here you have converted the ratio in simplest form. 25:3. You can write it in the ratio form also. How you have find the HCF children? Come on. You have to divide 200 by which number? By 8. No, not by 8, by 24 children. 24. And now you have to proceed. Okay, 24. How many times? 8 times. Come on, let's do 8 times. 8 4s are 32. 3 is left. 8 2s are 16 and 19. So what is left? 8. Now 24 will be divided. Okay. How many times? 8 3s are 24. Cancel out. So what is your HCF? HCF is 8. Your HCF is 8. 224 HCF is 8. That's why we have to divide it by 8 in numerator and in denominator. Directly we will get the simplest answer. Then we will not divide it further and further and further to waste our time. Clear? Okay. Now let's see the another question. Children, the next question is, let me show you another question from different page. Okay, let's take one word problem question. Two numbers are in the ratio 5:6. Two numbers are in the ratio 5:6. If 8 is subtracted from each, then the ratio becomes 4:5. Find the numbers. Okay, two numbers are there and they are in the ratio 5:6. Means their simplest answer will be 5:6. So let's solve it, children. First of all, we will pick the question word by word. We will clear each sentence and then we will frame the question, the solution. Question is already framed. Now the question is, two numbers are in the ratio 5:6. Let's write down. Two numbers. There are two numbers which are in the ratio 5:6. So are they are 5 and 6. Is it declared? No. Is it not declared? So what we will take? Let the number be 5x and 6x. What we will take, children? I'm erasing this. Let the numbers, those two numbers is 5x and 6x. It is not 5/6. Their ratio is in 5/6, means their simplest form is 5/6. The actual numbers are not 5 and not 6. Okay. Their actual number is not 5 and 6. They are something else. But it will increase in same order, isn't it? So that's why take any number which can be multiplied in numerator and denominator. So whatever their answer will be, their simplest form will be 5/6. That's why I have chosen 5x and 6x. Now when it will be subtracted by 8, when both the numbers will be subtracted, their ratio is this 5x by 6x. If their ratio is subtracted by 8, then whatever the result will form, its answer, its simplest form is 4:5. Let me check 4:5 or not. It is, yes, 4:5. So when you will subtract their ratio from in numerator and denominator by 8, then whatever the result will come, it will not be in 5/6 now. It will be in 4/5 ratio. Means the answer, whatever answer will come, their simplest form will be 4:5. Their ratio will be 4:5. So we will solve this. How we will solve? Now remember 7th chapter. Multiply this, shift this 5 transpose this 5 to this side. So it will multiply with both the terms 5x minus 8. Okay. Is equal to 4 is already on RHS. When it will be transposed to that side, it will be in bracket 6x minus 8 and it will be multiplied with the 4. Now let's solve it, children. We will find that x, children, so that we will multiply this x in 5 and 6 to get those two numbers. So just try to find the value of x. So we can't subtract 5x minus 8. Never ever. It is having x, it is not having x. So never subtract in this way. What we will do? Open the bracket. 5 into 5. 25x plus minus 5 8s are 40. 5 8s are 40 is equal to 4 6 are 24x and plus minus 4 8s are 32. Simplified. Now still we have to find the value of x, separating variable on one side and constant on other side. So 25x, this 24x will be transposed to LHS. Okay, it is a variable term having variable, so it will be transposed here. 24x is equal to minus 32 is already on that side, so keep minus with it. Minus 40 when transposed to RHS, it will become plus 40. So write down plus 40. How much is left, children? 25 minus 24, x is left. That is equal to, now subtract it. One is bigger number, one is positive, one is negative. You will subtract. You will subtract it. So let's subtract. You will get 8 and sign of bigger number. So what is the value of x? 8. But the question is not asking what is x. We have chosen that let that number be x, through which will be multiplied in both the ratio, and we will find that those two numbers. So let's find those two numbers. One number is 5x. It means 5 into how much? X. That is 8. So what will be the answer? 40. And another number is 6x, means 6 into 8. Why 8, children? Because x is 8. So 6 8s are 48. So one number is 40 and another number is 48. Those are the two numbers. See, 40 is to 48. These are the two numbers whose ratio is in the form of 5 by 8. Let's simplify. Simplify, you will get 5 by 8. 5 by 6, sorry. 8 5s are 40 and 8 6s are 48. Isn't it? So, no need to do this. I am just showing that 40 and 48 are those two numbers whose ratio is 5 by 6. Okay. So, that's all for today class, children. One more thing is left, I think, that is comparison of ratio. Yes, one more topic is left. Let me show it to you. See, comparison of ratio. How you can compare the ratio, children? How you can compare the ratio, beta? If the ratios are given that 5 by 6 and 11 by 3, which ratio is bigger, which ratio is smaller? How you can find? How you can judge? By simply looking on those two ratio? We can't. Okay. For that, what we will do? We will take their LCM. We will take the LCM and then we will make the denominators equal, and after that only we can tell that if the particular ratio number is the first part, that is antecedent, is greater, then that particular ratio is bigger. If you will see the question, 4 by 5 and 16 is to 25. Two numbers are given. So 5 and 25. 5 and 25 is the denominator. So you have to make the denominator equal first. Okay. Let me show you. Let me show you, children. One number is 4 is to 5 and another number is 16 is to 25. 4 is to 5 and 16 is to 25. Which one is greater? Which one is greater, children? What we have to do? We have to focus on their denominators. We will focus on their denominator. Okay. Now, can we convert to these two denominator into equal? Yes. Their LCM is 25, children. And I am simply converting this equal to 25 by multiplying it by 5. So, if you have multiplied 5 here, same process you have to apply in numerator. So 5 4s are 20, here it is 25 and this is 16 and now it's already 25. Now the denominators are equal. Which numerator part is greater, children? This one. Okay. So who is greater? Who is greater? 4 is to 5 is greater than 16 is to 25. Clear? So in this way we will first see their denominator. If they are not equal, we will make it equal by taking their LCM. Once the denominators are equal, now we will see their numerator part. Okay, the first term part. And you can see now that 20 by 25 is greater than 16 by 25. But this is not our original question. So you can write or 4 by 5 is greater than 16 by 25. Clear? This is the way to compare any two ratios, whether those ratios are greater or smaller. Okay. Now in this way we have completed some introduction part of ratio. Now in tomorrow class I am going to start with the exercise. So children, be ready with the previous work, just complete it and be ready with the coming chapter, coming exercise. Till then, take care children. Okay.